This is the OnePlus Nord. This is one of the most, if not the most hyped smartphone of 2020. Released in August 4 of this year, and now, since 2020 has just ended, it's time to give an end of the year review and talk about my experience with this device. Hello, my name is Waldwan, and before we start this video, let's cut to the intro.
Check out g2a.com for the best deals in games, peripherals, and also gift cards and more. Check out the link in the video description. Also, if you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you guys can get notified on my latest videos.
Alright, we are now back. So, disclaimer, I have unlocked the phone's bootloader to gain root access. So this phone is pretty much rooted since day one. So some of the features of the phone that you might see in the video won't be the same as yours. That basically includes the always on display and the custom kernel that I am using right now, that I used for overclocking and underclocking my phone. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Now, for the variant I have, this is the one with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage. Although the 8GB 128GB model has better value for the price since it's cheaper, although it would be better to go with the 12 and 256GB model since less than $50 you'll get more RAM and more storage. That is, of course, if you currently do not live here in the Philippines, because the price for the upgrade will be around 4,000 pesos or equivalent to $83. It's also great to get this model since the Nord doesn't have any micro SD card slot, so yeah, you're better off with 256GB of internal storage. Now, let's start with the design of the phone. I got the gray onyx color of the phone. It looks great, has some reflections. There is a blue marble variant, but since the store was out of stock at that time, yeah, this is what I can buy. Others said that the blue marble version looks better in person, that basically looks vibrant, but since I don't have that one, let's move on. So, we have a plastic frame going around the sides of the phone. The back of the phone is made of Gorilla Glass 5, which currently makes the phone feel a lot more premium for the price. To be honest with you guys, I have never held a premium smartphone before. The smartphone I came from is an Asus Zenfone 2. If the definition of feeling premium is slippery and easily shattered when it drops, well, this phone definitely takes the cake. It has a quad camera setup, more on that later. The phone has a decent size, but still I'm a bit bothered of it being a bit too big for one-handed use, making me to try hard to reach the other side of the phone using my thumb, or currently reach the top part of the phone to pull down the notifications panel. The phone feels so good. Still, if you're alright of sacrificing one-handed use, if you're okay to live using basically two hands for the phone, it is alright. So basically, since all of us put phone cases on our phone nowadays, design does not really matter unless you use your phone naked. Overall, I like the look and feel of the OnePlus Nord. The sound quality is average, by the way, on what you currently expect from a single bottom firing speaker on a smartphone. It's very loud and currently it's very incredibly clear. Now, let's move on to the display. Now, thanks to that fluid 90Hz AMOLED panel, the phone feels very smooth, especially when you're just scrolling around in social media. This is adaptive though, meaning it will transition itself from 90 to 60 most of the time depending on what you are doing, which will save some battery. I did not really see the difference much when the refresh rate was being changed to 60, so overall OnePlus did a great job optimizing that fluid display because scrolling and seeing animation was very buttery smooth. The screen on the Nord supports HDR10+, which give out good colors and deep blacks, which makes the contrast overall good. You can also calibrate the screen In the settings, if you're into that kind of stuff, the maximum brightness is 500 nits, which is decent for a smartphone, which will help you see the display under sunlight. Overall, media consumption is very good for this phone if you're alright of not having dual front-firing stereo speakers. Okay, now let's talk about the cameras. The phone has 2 in the front and 4 in the back. We have an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel main sensor, 5 megapixel depth camera, and a 2 megapixel macro lens. Now, please do take note, I have 2 camera apps installed on my OnePlus Nord. First is obviously the stock camera app from OnePlus. This is currently come pre-installed with your phone. And second will be Gcam, or also known as the Google camera, since photography and video nowadays is more on software based, not on the camera hardware itself. All of the photos I taken was using Gcam and stock cam, so I cannot really do a very comprehensive review on the cameras, but I will be showing you guys the photos that I took with the Gcam and the stock cam side by side and using both ultra wide and main sensor. I will let you guys judge the photos by yourselves. This is the reason to this is because people have different kinds of taste when it comes to photography. Some people might like the stock camera better than the ones that Gcam captured, but some will currently prefer Gcam rather than the stock camera app. Anyways, I'll be showing you guys the pictures right here, and basically I also tested the night sight mode of it. Night sight or nightscape, basically this is currently a night mode for both of the applications itself. Alright, now these are the photos. So take note, for the OnePlus camera app, we are currently capturing in 12 megapixels. The main reason behind this is because this is actually the default setting of the OnePlus camera app. If you open the camera app, it is already set to 12 megapixel by default. You do have the option to change it to 48 megapixel, but the problem with that is there will be no HDR support for the 48 megapixel, which is currently very disappointing. However, here on Gcam, we are still capturing in 12 megapixel, but that is not really a problem, just because, well, until now Google Pixel phones are still using 12 megapixel lens, just because, well, I do not really know why. But currently they are relying on pretty much computational photography to make the image a lot more better. We are also capturing these images on HDR enhanced mode here on Gcam, by the way. Now here is some nighttime shots. Okay, so I'm just gonna first show you guys this one shot right here. So this is currently using, of course, night sight for the Google camera app, and of course nightscape for the OnePlus camera app. So now I will be showing you guys multiple pictures of it being turned on and also turned off for both camera apps. So yeah, I'll let you guys be the judge. Okay, now this is the main reason why I downloaded Gcam here on my OnePlus Nord in the first place, and that is astrophotography. Now, being able to just pretty much capture the stars without any kind of edits is very awesome. Now here is also a photo of astrophotography mode, this time with edits. Take note guys that the cameras on the OnePlus phones gets better over time thanks to system updates. So I expect the cameras to be more improved later on down the line. So now let's go to the video test. By the way guys, Gcam literally has no image or optic stabilization support, so for this video, I will be only showing you guys the stock camera app. Take note, I have tested the video mode on the highest possible settings. Video stabilization is a bit better though on lower settings like 1080p 60. Okay, we are now recording using the rear cameras of the OnePlus Nord. Currently, this is the most highest possible settings, which is 4K 30 FPS, which is currently bad, to be honest, since hey, here on the front camera we can actually record using 4K 60 FPS, but why does the back camera only record in 4K 30? I really hope OnePlus will currently update that to currently fix that. Hopefully we get 4K 60 soon. So anyways, I'm now walking back home. So we are now testing the selfie camera of the OnePlus Nord. We are using the stock camera for this, and we are able to record here on 4K 60. So video stabilization is a bit of an issue for the 4K 60 mode, but it will be better if you lower down the video in the settings. Probably 1080p 60 is better, which is very funny because we have 4K 60 here in the selfie camera, while the back main camera we only able to record in 4K 30, which is currently an issue. So OnePlus hasn't updated the software camera for a while yet, so yeah, let's see if 2021 will offer a better camera for performance for the OnePlus Nord. So you're only able to record in the main sensor, which is the 32 megapixel lens for the selfie camera, while you're not able to record an ultra wide video using the selfie camera itself. So yeah, which basically makes the ultra wide lens here on the selfie camera actually a bit of a downfall. So yeah, anyways, tell me what you guys think, if you guys pretty much like it. By the way guys, I also forgot to mention that the selfie camera is a 32 megapixel main lens and a 8 megapixel wide angle. I was not able to test this since I do not really take selfies as much as anyone else, so yeah, I am sorry for that. Now let's talk about the performance. The phone is being powered by Qualcomm's best mid-range SoC, which is the Snapdragon 765G, and paired with a UFS 2.1 internal storage. Now, OnePlus themselves claim that they have optimized this current chipset on the Nord with their Oxygen OS, and it really shows that. I did not suffer any lag or stutter when gaming or doing basic tasks. Even heavy tasks, the phone handles it well with ease. It's obvious that a flagship chip is a lot more faster than the one we have on the Nord, but this phone proves that power isn't everything. Now, since this is a 765G, this has a built-in 5G modem. Now I cannot really test the speed since I don't have 5G in my area, and also our telecom operators are just pretty much technically bad. I have gamed on this phone quite a lot, but not really demanding games. I only play games like Wild Rift. The only demanding game that I currently run on this phone was Genshin Impact. And even with a Snapdragon 765G, I was able to run the game on the highest settings with motion blur off without a problem. The overall gameplay experience was smooth. I also have installed a custom kernel on this phone, which I also overclocked the phone a bit to get more frame rates on Genshin, but it looks like I don't have to do it since the game already is running at 60 FPS, and overclocking the phone will also kill the battery. Overall, performance of the phone is great. Now let's talk about the battery. The phone supports 30 watts fast charging, which is currently the 30T warp charging that is basically advertised by OnePlus, which currently charges my phone fairly quick. Around 30 minutes I would have around 60% of battery. So OnePlus claims that using the 30T warp charge, you will be able to currently charge your phone to 70% in around 30 minutes. Well, for my case, it was 60% in 30 minutes, so I consider that great for OnePlus. So the Nord has a 4115 mAh battery. Battery life will depend on the user. For my case, I got 6 hours of screen on time with my daily use with a bit of gaming, which is currently playing League of Legends Wild Rift. Now, the best part of the phone. This is also the biggest reason on why I bought this OnePlus Nord in the first place. Oxygen OS is so well optimized that makes the phone feel very snappy quick in almost any use case. Combine that with a 90Hz refresh rate, the phone feels very smooth. The UI is a clean, bloat-free, and a stock Android design with a bit of customizations. Although the only bloat that is on the phone is Netflix and currently Facebook App Manager, which installs Facebook Messenger and Instagram. That really did not bother me since I use Facebook a lot, and I also uninstalled Netflix via ADB commands. Now, I'm using the latest version of Oxygen OS. In the recording of this video, this is currently 10.5.9 with a security patch from October 2020. Although I did manually install the December security patch on this phone, so don't expect that this is installed on your device. Hey guys, Future Wild One here. So I'll just pause this video real quick just so to update you guys. So I just received an update a few hours ago on the latest version of Oxygen OS. So guess what? We still don't have Oxygen OS 11. Yes, looks like we'll be receiving that on January. But anyways, we received the Oxygen OS 10.5.10. This currently installs the latest security patch, which is currently the December 1 update. Also the December 1 Google Play System update. So now expect that you guys have this installed on your system if you are using the 10.5.10. Oxygen OS 11 is expected to arrive on the Nord soon. Sadly, it will no longer be based on stock Android, but it will be based on Samsung's One UI instead. The update isn't out yet during the recording in this video, so we will see on how the device will perform and currently if it will still held up to its name after the update. Overall, the OnePlus Nord is a great deal for the price if you are looking for a OnePlus phone on a budget, or if you are a person who wants an almost flagship-like experience on a mid-range budget. The OnePlus Nord is for you. Plus, since it's a OnePlus phone, it's very well known to the community, so rooting your phone and customizing it won't be hard since there is a lot of guides for it. If you guys are still thinking of getting one, you guys won't be disappointed on the OnePlus Nord. If you guys still have some extra spare of cash lying around in your home, you guys can get a OnePlus 8T instead if you guys really want that flagship SoC. Anyways, I believe that the OnePlus Nord will age well and currently will last in your hands as long as it can, as long as OnePlus will continue delivering all of those updates here on your phone. Of course, if OnePlus has officially ended the support of your smartphone, there's also the third-party community, and since this is a OnePlus device, you guys are going to expect a lot of custom ROMs for this device as long as the phone ages well. So anyways, that's pretty much it for you guys to need to know in this video. So this is my very first tech review. So anyways, I really hope that I did well. So anyways, leave a comment down there guys if you guys have any suggestions on how can I improve these kinds of videos that I make. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So leave a like and subscribe. Also, please do follow my Facebook page and also my Twitter account if you haven't already. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video. So, happy holidays guys. Goodbye.